I've done self-improvement for over 4 years now, and I realized that it's actually a big scam. That it's all a business idea if you really think about it at the end of the day. It made me progress a little bit at first. I felt better. But on the outside and even in the inside, nothing really changed. Truly, nothing changed. Let me give you a quick story. When I first discovered about self-improvement, I first was watching videos about like how to attract women because we were in the middle of the pandemic and I was extremely lonely. And on top of that, I never ever attracted a woman in my life and I hated that. It made me feel so low. It made me feel like I was just fully unworthy. It made me feel like I was just basically someone that deserved nothing in life. On top of that, I was getting bullied, I was getting insulted, I was getting humiliated. Still remember sometimes I'd go out with my friends back then, and I'd come up with them in groups, and then we meet another group, and then they see me and they start laughing, like just me alone. They pick me alone, they laugh about me, and then I was just like, I was laughing too just because I wanted to be nice, right? I was laughing about myself basically, and I just wanted to be accepted, right? And so when I was watching this video of like how to attract women by this one guy on YouTube called Von Sukkot, which was a long time ago, it was saying like how basically you can attract women this way and that way, but it kind of introduced the concept of improving yourself, right? And that seemed very very attractive to me. The reason being is that it felt like this was sorry, it felt like this was maybe the moment in my life where I would be finally able to take revenge. And what I mean by take revenge, okay? And I don't know why I have tears. It's not because of the story. It's just because of how it literally choked on something, some food. I literally wanted to take revenge. That was literally my mission in life, right? And I cannot lie to you. It's still somewhat part of me till this day, for some reason, which I can explain. But I've basically been this kind of guy that just wanted to take revenge for being bullied, for feeling unworthy, for being insulted, for many things, right? Like for example, there was one time in my life where I wanted to be friends with people. It was my first year in this new school, and I wanted to be friends, but I tried like playing with them, but one guy just hit me like on, like we were in the snow, right, in Canada. The guy just put me on the floor and he like put my face in the snow and he hit me in the face and everything. I got so mad that I like picked like his shoes and I tried to hide them as a revenge, and he saw it and he just laughed at me. you know I just remember like for so many years I was just literally like crying in my bed, even at those time, or even like just when I would get back home, right? I was just crying in my bed, right? And for me, this was just like the fuel, right? This was like literally the pure, like the strongest desire that I had with him that was just getting built up, right? That I was not really using in that sense, right? I was just getting built up. So when I saw these videos about self-improvement from like this kind of like dating videos, I realized maybe this is an opportunity for me to take revenge. And then came literally my journey where for 2 years straight, all I was doing is meditating, no fap, cold showers, reading books, trying to work on projects. So that was a clothing brand. And then I started a YouTube channel back then. And for these 2 years, I didn't have any friends. I chose to cut off all of my friends because I don't want to be friends with anyone that basically was associated to how I used to be, right? When I was bullied and everything, when I was feeling unworthy, I wanted to detach from this. And for 2 years, let me tell you, things got worse. And things got worse for many reasons, such as going on a fucking vegan diet. Sorry for swearing, but going to vegan diet was probably the worst decisions any human can make. And I decided to also basically go without any friends, but that was actually something that turned out to be good later on. But what I can tell you is that like all of these habits of self-improvement, of like, do this so you feel better today, do this so you be more productive, do this so that you can basically become a bit more attractive every day, go and mew in the mirror. You're doing like micro stuff to get micro results. And here we're not even talking about like trying to reach like these shallow goals of just making money and just like being attractive to one. Like I'm talking about like meaningful things. That's the thing. Self-improvement is like a religion, but it's not the true religion. It's just a man-made religion, but made basically to make profits out of people, right? Because just think about it, right? This came to me 2 years later when I was on a call on Discord, right? And I was with another guy, and let me tell you, he was like way older than me, and he basically said that like he regretted his life, and because like he spent a lot of time in school, whatever, right? That he was like 30 years old, and I was like 18. And he told me like something that Andrew Tate, basically, you watch a video of Andrew Tate, right? Which was like, you don't need self-improvement, all you need is a purpose. And I didn't realize that until like a few months later. I realized that, look, actually, if you have a macro thing, not a micro, like a small, like, oh, do this habit, just clean your room, just, have this better. When you welcome chaos in order to just pursue one thing, right? And that one thing, for example, can be God and the mission He sent to you, right? The mission He gave you, basically, you're gonna be able to change your life forever, for real. This is the real self-improvement. It's not even we shouldn't even call this self-improvement. This is the real way to live life. It's not trying to improve your life for the sake of improving your life. It's pursuing a mission for something greater, for God, for having an impact, right? Now, look, it doesn't mean that everyone should have like a big purpose of like trying to change the world or whatever. Like it can mean anything to you. It can mean just like living a relaxing life, like just living a life with a few kids and just like chilling on a farm. That's nice too. Don't try to conform with these big ideas if you don't want to. You see, now you actually follow what you want to follow, what God wants you to follow, rather than what these YouTubers want you to follow. That's why I made no progress. I wasn't even willing to take any risk because, look, the biggest thing I was doing was literally going on a run, was literally like going to the gym. I wasn't even going to the gym. I was doing casting. So, like, it was working out. These were the biggest things, like, in terms of, like, what I was doing. But the moment I switched and I went into, like, more of a purpose mode, which I'm kind of doing with these videos here, with, like, teaching people to quit because it's part of, like, a greater purpose that I have, which is to help men stand up again, to be men again. I've realized that my life changed forever in the same exact situations I was in. I was literally lonely and I had no friends and I was just doing the same routine every day. It sucked. Like, it literally was the worst. No woman was attracted to me. I was barely going out of my house. And then everything changed once I had that purpose, because I decided that everything's gonna change because of that purpose. I wasn't scared anymore of taking risks. I'm like, oh, should I move out? No, but moving out is too scary. I need to pay money. I literally took the risk and I barely had any money. I think I didn't even have any money. I was gonna like try to like get basically a loan basically and then get a job. And I also took the risk of, many things related to, for example, this, what I'm doing right here, knowing that many people watch my videos, which I know personally. I've taken a lot of risk and everything truly changed. Meditating, journaling, taking like, trying to make your environment clean, trying to like optimize every single little aspect of your life is just pure mental masturbation. Meaning that you feel like you're productive, you feel like better, but you're doing nothing basically. And depending on your goal, there's something you just need to chase, just one thing, meaning like your goal, your purpose, and everything is gonna fall in line. That's how, for example, I got, I told you my story of like how there was no woman attracted to me, to now even though I don't really meet new people often, most women and men I meet are very interested in, like, basically, it sounds weird, but women are interested in me and men are interested in me in terms of, like, networking and being friends and everything, right? Which used to be not the case at all, right? And I have way more respect for my own self because I follow what I want to follow, right? So even if everyone rejects me, right? Even if everyone says, you know what, I'm not your friend anymore, I just have that confidence within, right? That, like, obviously I've God, but I'm also, like, able to just go and live life without them. I'm confident, right? I respect my own self. There's so many things that are going to change once you switch from I'm doing self-improvement, I'm trying to improve myself, to I'm following something greater and moving forward towards that, moving towards that vision. Everything is going to change. You become a beast, right? I talk these videos about, like, semen retention on my channel, and the reason why I talk about it is just because once you stop distracting yourself and once you, like, kind of stop doing all of these little habits of, like, improving yourself and just following one thing, you're just left with, like, so much drive and hunger to achieve everything, because you have more time, you have more energy, you have basically more drive and hunger, and so you're willing to do anything, and that's going to change your life forever, my friend. So don't follow these self-improvement YouTubers the same way don't follow these no-fap YouTubers. It's a business, right? Yeah, I have a business myself. Like, I'm honest, right? Like, I have a business, I coach people, but I'm saying that it is a business. It's not something necessary for you, if that makes sense. Yes, it can help you, but it's not necessary. And there are better options. Just be aware of that, and your life is going to be changed forever.